would have seen lots of newspaper articles saying that fiscal deficit is high, it is low, it is this. Okay, whatever it is. But line function, I am going to talk of line function, is that this is what it is, this is resi, and the difference is this. So this is okay, then this is also okay. We understand.
If by the receipt is more than expenditure, then we call it fiscal surplus or what?
Yeah, we call it surplus. Very few countries in the world have surplus. US had for some time. And in India, as far as I remember, since independence we have not had. Until I die, I don't think. So that is.
I think Norway and a couple of developed countries have a surplus for different reasons. That's the aging population and out financing their expenditure.
But some state governments have. Jharkhand has.
Yeah, 1 or 2 states.
Yeah, Haryana had for the last 2-3 years.
But it's a very short-term phenomenon. Normally,
Short-term.
and the reason I think Keynesian theory is the basic reason that everybody wants to have more deficit, because that stimulates the economy.
As I told you, I will not get drawn into this discussion. That's why I'm getting into it. Why fiscal deficit? Why not? What is the thing? If you want, I can give you my opinions, but you better get it from the expert, not from me, because we all have our favorite early morning coffee time theory. But X amount, Y amount, X minus Y. The finance minister normally says this and this. We see in this what he. I'll give you the brief that is there that we follow. We need to know some things, but we will come to that. Expenditure, for example, we have. What we follow in this will be of interest, because it's also of interest to traders. Receipts, let's take payments for example. In payments, we are always worried about in India right now. How much interest is being paid, and it's available on the net. If you go to RBI website, you get a lot of details which are of practical importance. If you go to the government finance ministry site, you get the whole document. Now the whole document is really difficult to digest. So I'm just giving you the brief. They give you interest payments, they give you subsidies, and this is the RBI website, the expenditure on disbursement. Now the expenditure could be, sorry, I should come before that. There is something called revenue and capital. There is something called revenue expenditure and there is something called capital expenditure, what we call as asset creation. The capital expenditure, they give you as capital disbursement. These are all revenue. These have become important today because our revenue expenditure, especially interest payments budgeted for 2009-10 budgetary estimates. I have the last year's figures. No, revenue expenditure is 15%. There is nothing wrong with this. I'll get back to that. Anyway, that's not my forte. There is something called revenue, there is something called capital.
I have only a doubt regarding this. This defense expenditure, whether it is for the formation of capital, so for example, hospital is being built or buildings are being built, even then it will come under revenue only.
That's what the RBI is saying. This perhaps does not include the buildings that they it includes the expenditure on
No, I think it's all the defense expenditure is considered a revenue expenditure. Reason being, defense is supposed to be a final product. After that, it's not an intermediate product. That's why it is treated as a revenue expenditure. All the defense, big bridge, hospital, anything, tank, everything is considered as revenue expenditure across the world. That's the standard classification, which is United Nations Standard System National Account. All these are considered as revenue expenditure. But defense does not add to the capital expenditure. Does not create any asset. It's that's why a year-to-year basis.
Okay. Similarly, receipts, you have revenue and capital. For an accountant, it would be asset, liability and profit and loss. So this, what is of interest today is what is called the revenue deficit. You note down these when you want to have a discussion with an appropriate professor. You can have the first thing that most economists seem to see is this when the budget is announced. I am an observer. So when I observe, most people comment on this, but this is by and large predictable. It will not suddenly go down, it will not suddenly go up. But even if this is within control or within expectations or within tolerable limits, they see this. The reason being, they follow what is called revenue deficit, and they also follow a figure called revenue deficit to gross revenue deficit to fiscal deficit ratio. RBI also indicates interest payment to revenue receipts. RBI indicates, because it indicates other things, but these are of interest to us.
Payment and revenue receipt.
Yeah. The idea being that whatever you do, see, if this goes up, that means most of your revenue receipts